Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, you're continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Season 3, Episode 8. Of course, I won't know the title until I get into the episode. Now, it seems that we have now bypassed, and let's be honest, the questionable, bad episodes of Alien Force Season 3. It seems we have bypassed those episodes now, because last week's episode, Single-Handed, which, by the way, great title for that episode, was actually pretty good. It was. We had an individual, I think his name was Sunder, I think that's what his name was. And he was after the Omnitrix, not just like to take it over and use it or whatever. He was just wanting it because he's a collector of unique items and one-off items. So he was tracking the Omnitrix. And it opened up with Ben as Spider Monkey, and it seemed like, oh, they're paying homage to Spider-Man. And people were pointing out after watching the episode saying, well, if you notice the glider that, he was riding on, the villain, Sunder, whatever his name is, it's like Green Goblin. And it's like, well, I didn't even think about that too. But yeah, so it's kind of like a Spider-Man, Green Goblin, Marvel kind of homage thing here. And it was kind of interesting because Ben lost his hand, part of his arm as well. They had the Omnitrix that was stuck on Earth, and he was in the Null Void. And then, of course, whenever he transformed, whatever, somebody was messing with the Omnitrix, like those kids, or in the sense of Julie, he would turn into those aliens as well. But then he could turn himself because he could actually hit the little symbol or whatever, the actual thing, the badge. But it was definitely a very interesting concept. I think they did a pretty good job of handling it. So we'll see what happens with this episode. I'm curious to see what happens. And I'm glad that we're bypassed, all that nonsense. And obviously Cartoon Network and all their craziness or whatever, they're wanting to make changes and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad we're past that point, because now it's time to get to some actual good storytelling, because they've already proven that time and time again they can without the interference of stupid Cartoon Network. So let's dive in, guys. Season 3, Episode 8 of Alien Force. Let's go. Oh, it's a bunny. What the hell? No. No. Hey.
Cons of campouts? Your Grandpa Max's old plumber stories.
Oh, what? It's back to the pilot, basically. Oh. Oh.
What
kind of burger?
Story's a lot like barbecue squid. Can't rush either one.
What is going on?
Awake. My hibernation pod has opened. That means the unthinkable
Hibernation?
has occurred.
This is a regular burger, right?
No.
I see eyes and a beak in there. Is that okay?
The deed is done.
What? What? What?
Are you sure you're okay?
What happened to
I'm
him?
fine, thanks. Just got a little dizzy for a second. That was the last of my ground squid, too.
Ground
I've got
squid?
some hamburger meat in the freezer, though.
Yes.
I guess we could eat that. Drone seeds located and activated. Command
What?
and control
What?
sequence activated.
We should get you looked at.
Yeah.
There's no need. I'm fine.
There's no need?
Look.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Tennyson, Gwen,
It's
wakey,
gone.
wakey.
Wakey, wakey.
No dinner last night, no breakfast this morning.
It's a pain.
What, are we on a diet?
No, well.
Seedling 3 reporting present.
Activating final stage.
Yeah, we're to the hybrids and tell them, hey, can you stop? What the hell? Monster truck. Yeah, what the hell?
What is it?
Spider Monkey.
Come no closer to the seed pod, inferior filth.
Hybrid?
Nobody smacks him around but me.
But me. There you go. Come on. Come on. Yep. Ooh. What? It's like a swamp hybrid combination? It's like a swamp thing? What? He made a fucking kaiju. He made a hybrid kaiju.
The end of our war.
Don't you
The war's
watch
done.
The news?
Yeah.
The war is over.
He was in an...
I don't have time to toy with an inferior. I go now to watch the destruction of your pitiful species.
Jesus.
Way big.
Not way big.
Humongousaur.
That is a crazy visual. That's pretty crazy. He's just hanging on. Ooh. Where's it going?
Not my day.
I don't think it's gonna really do anything.
The problem is Grandpa Max is inside that thing,
Yeah.
along with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, do something, yeah. Holy shit! Oh my god.
We've tried going easy, and we've tried going hard.
That was
now what?
insane.
We don't know enough about that thing to stop it.
That didn't work. I'm about to say, what the hell? Okay, the army.
There are people inside that thing.
I'm sorry about that, but that's Twin Mesa Nuclear Plant. You understand what happens if we don't stop it?
I doubt this is actually gonna do anything. Nope.
Bring that bogey down!
Bring that broker down. Oh, wait a minute.
Idiotic cattle, a lower life form, cannot force me to do anything.
No.
He's Ryan Rassick III, seventh son of the noble hybrid house of
yes.
Daraza, direct descendant of the...
You wear the Imperial seal.
Yeah.
My apologies. I was only to be awakened if we lost the war.
The war has ended. And it was
yes.
settled peacefully.
Peace. With the humans. I would deactivate it if I
He
could.
can't.
But once a failsafe sprouts, nothing can stop it. The failsafe needs a large power source to prime
Power
its
plant.
destructive energies.
And when it's primed,
It will explode.
So it's basically a ticking time bomb, basically.
We're not gonna just stand here and let the Brussels sprout that walks
Brussels
like a
sprout.
man move us, are we? We're gonna climb up its exhaust port? You're going to climb.
What other what other plans do you have?
If you ever tell anybody about this...
Is that its
trust me,
butt?
it'll be our secret.
I bet
What do
it
you
is.
think
I
would
bet
happen
it
if I were to
is.
ma- Then let's try and get to the center. The heart or brain of this thing and
Yeah.
shut it down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Diamond Head. Let's go. Oh my god. They're indestructible, it seems. Oh, it's the
What did you
okay.
do?
Okay.
no sign of Grandpa Max.
He'll be at
keep looking.
wherever they gotta stop it. Oh, of course he's controlling it, or
Failsafe's using
Wow.
it as its brain.
they gotta hurry. They gotta hurry. Jesus.
Any
scroll right
house I ever
back.
have is gonna have desert landscaping.
But I should be able to cut the connection to Grandpa Max.
Whoa.
While I defused the bomb.
Oh, the story.
Have I told this story before?
And it's shut down. On standby mode. Oh.
My orders were to destroy you, so I
Oh.
unleashed this weapon. Now my orders are to stop it.
Damn.
You have once again done well.
Not that well. The other hybrid was in there.
Are there any more hybrid doomsday plans left on Earth we should know about?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely not.
This little adventure's definitely put me off my vegetables.
Yeah, sure. This was a really good episode of Alien Force. Holy crap, I was not expecting the storyline to be a lone hybrid who got knocked out of hibernation due to an earthquake and thought, I was awakened because we lost the war. That means I have to set forth my final mission, set the plan in motion, and to destroy Earth. Right? I was not prepared we were going to go that far. I thought we were going to get to the point, okay, so this hybrid is under this impression that basically his race is gone, or they lost the war or whatever, and so he has to set forth this plan, and unfortunately it involves Max and a few other individuals, and just something's going to happen. I wasn't expecting the point of, well, he's going to create a gigantic Godzilla type creature, like a kaiju, right? A gigantic hybrid that's made out of, you know, dirt and trees, and it's basically this Swamp Thing kind of version, you know, like DC's Swamp Thing or Marvel's Man Thing, made to a gigantic hybrid, and is going to absorb power from a power plant to blow up and destroy the Earth in minutes. I was not expecting to go that route, but it was actually handled pretty well, because pretty much the majority of season 1 and season 2 of Alien Force was dealing with the hybrid threat. Now, obviously, there was times where episodes really weren't focusing too heavily on it or not at all, but that was the overarching story that we were really dealing with, and it was a pretty intense journey to get through those 2 seasons to deal with the hybrid and their plans and the whole war and everything. It was getting pretty crazy. So the idea of having this one lone hybrid, which makes sense, right, because of how long this process was in terms of the storylines, the different things happening, the different hybrids. We were meeting through this whole entire thing, of course, meeting Ryan, of course, the one who we thought was gone, right? We thought he bonded with Ben on that Arrakis, type planet from Dune or Tatooine from Star Wars. They were on this planet, him and Ben. We thought he perished. Turns out he did not. It's really, really good how they revealed that. But it makes sense through all of this that there are lone individual, in hibernation, I'm assuming there's more in hibernation somewhere on other planets, of hybrid that are under the old mindset of we're still in this war and oh my god, and this one woke up thinking the war is now lost. So it's pretty crazy. I like how the kind of barbecue camping type setting, of course, was squid burgers. Typical Max. I like how that really brought back to the original Ben 10 show. I like the fact that it felt like the first episode of Ben 10, the pilot, the very first episode of Ben 10. It felt awesome. It felt really cool. And then he starts getting this mind thing, and they tie it into that when they captured certain humans, that they implanted this thing in them to where they can be used as a part of this failsafe. So that's why Max was controlled. Knocked over, of course, the grill and everything. He has this thing growing out of his head. It started from the back of the neck, growing inside his face. And then he joins some others, and they create this pod, and then, of course, sinking down, and then rising up to this giant kaiju. Now, Ben was thinking smart for a second, because he turned into what he thought was going to be way big, which would have made so much sense. I wish they would have done that, though, right? But maybe it would have made it too easy, right? Because essentially, even though he was Humongosaur, and he was pretty big as Humongosaur, he was only coming up to, maybe the knee of the giant kaiju hybrid. And so, if he was way big, maybe it would have made the storyline too simple. So instead, lets him yell, way big, I mean Humongosaur. I got the spikes and everything, so I've definitely grown as Humongosaur, but I'm not really, I want way big. So that was unfortunate, but that was also made of the fact that, hey, this is making it more complicated. Of course, the hybrid's not listening to them because they say several times the war is over, blah, 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 things are different. You have to fear vermin. Now, when the army came in, I also like this when the hybrid landed, he called them cattle, which I think that they've actually said that before previously in the show when they refer to humans as cattle. They always find unique ways to put down the human race. That's what the hybrid love to do in their past lives. This one, of course, still has that mindset, but he doesn't know, hey, things have definitely changed, and the hybrid were saved because of Ben's choice or whatever, Ben's decision to hit that omnitrix over here, whatever, and then basically fusing their DNA because they were all dying out. So, yeah, this hybrid had no clue. So, I thought it was funny how Kevin, Gwen, and I gotta mention, too, I lost train of thought, because I literally was I just got sidetracked, I was gonna mention this, and I immediately thought about this about Gwen. But Kevin and Gwen were trying to stop the kaiju, and it wasn't working. The part that I got, was the Gwen thing, because Gwen got smacked really fucking hard by that kaiju hybrid, and I thought, man, that could have killed her. Hypothetically, it wouldn't, because we know what she really is and her part alien species or whatever. But realistically, that could have killed her. That was pretty fucking slam. That was insane. But thankfully, she was saved. Right? That was a crazy moment. So Ryan shows up. Right? Our hybrid that we know, and he's a superior hybrid. He's superior. He's the one that basically is below the actual council of hybrids. I believe, based on the ending of season 2, he's I think the spokesperson, or no, maybe he was elected to be the person above all of them. I'm not 100% sure, but he has a pretty damn big role now, and he's trying to explain to the other hybrid, hey, look, man, things have changed. Ben Tennyson, as he says, Ben Tennyson helped us, saved us. We ended the war peacefully. Peace. And that's interesting that we had that little brief moment of that hybrid going peace, because he is under this old mindset of the hybrid that there is no peace with any other race. We are the superior race. It's a version of making them seem like they're superior, like back in the World War II. So that was the kind of mindset, right? So the idea of like him being told we ended the war peacefully, he's like, peace? What? That is not a thing. And so it threw him off. But I think they handled the storyline pretty well in terms of him slowly realizing through Rhiney that, hey, this is real, right? Like, this is not happening. The war's done. We have to stop this. Now, they kind of imply it, but Ben, Kevin, and Gwen go through the ass of the kaiju. Just the way the position is when they're walking up and like, don't you ever mention this to anybody. We know what's going on here. We see versions of hybrids kinda without their heads or whatever, and they have their bodies, they think a little bit differently, but they're attached to these like umbilical cords or whatever, like these cords, like power source, not umbilical cords, power sources to the actual kaiju, and these are the other individuals. Max, of course, is being used like in a chair, and he's all wrapped up and shit, of course. This is where we get to see Diamond Head, which was really cool to see Diamond Head in the episode. See the transformation a little bit. Not real. I have to go back and watch this scene if it was a full transformation or it was just like a brief little, okay, Diamond Head time. But it was cool to see Diamond Head in the episode. It was really cool to see that. But then Ben turns into Swamp Fire, not realizing because cutting all the cords on Max is not working. And then the hybrid shows up after they get Max out because Ben realizes, okay, Swamp Fire, I can actually control and remove the cords and everything that are attached to Max. And Max is basically, without realizing it, he's controlling the kaiju hybrid. The hybrid who started this whole thing up sacrificed his life to stop it. Attached because it was leaning, because it fell over and it was leaning, it's starting to fall even more onto the actual the power. I'm losing train of thought now. I'm literally losing my train of thought. The power plant, like the actual, like a silo or whatever, like it was there, and it was like, oh, but this is bad. So he took control, and then he sacrificed his life to stop it, to tip over and everything, and so it didn't destroy the planet because it started to absorb the energy. So this was pretty intense stuff. Wasn't expecting a doomsday kind of ending in terms of like, oh my god, like this is not just like an episode of like, oh, a hybrid doesn't realize the war is not over. The war is over, doesn't realize, think the war is like lost or whatever, and that his species is gone. This is like, it goes even further. It's more about, oh, he there's like a failsafe, and that they could destroy the planet in minutes if this actual kaiju hybrid successfully absorbs the power from the power plant. It's over. The Earth is done. It's like a ticking time bomb. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. But anyways, had a really good time watching this episode. This was great to watch. I really enjoyed it. And it's good to have good episodes again of Alien Force. It's great. It really is. So hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this episode, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.